Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've uploaded. I've been really busy, like extraordinarily busy. Um, Bad things, good things happen. A fair few bad things have turned up, but I'm not gonna let that get me down because all I've done is just wipe my hands clean of them people. I'm not gonna say names, obviously. I'll get into it. Just yet, maybe not on this video at all. I think I'm gonna keep this personal. Like I'm always open and honest with you guys, but for the time being, this needs to stay quiet. But I will explain it all in due time to you all. But as it happens, I've got to keep it personal and quiet. um, this video, it's gonna get a bit serious. I may, I don't think this is going into fights against depression or serious issues videos per se, but I think this needs a video of itself. Before I begin, I want to point out I do have a Fight Against Depression series. It's not just for depression, it's for all mental health issues. So if you or somebody you know is suffering or struggling, please peruse. It might help. I hope it helps. Um, I don't care about the likes, the subs, the gains from it. My only goal is to help people. And that's what I do. And another thing is, apologies for the gaps between this video and the last one. Life, like I said, life's been busy. I've been learning and living through the bad and the good, as always. Um, but yeah, there's a few problems in the world again, right? Well, they've not gone anywhere yet. um, where to begin? I don't really know what's wrong with humanity these days. It's like we're evolving backwards. Humans are evolving backwards. Every day, people are getting dumber and dumber, and bigger and bigger, and more and more, shall we say, twisted. And I mean, why? Well, I know why. I'm going to tell you why some of these things are happening. Well, we'll start with people getting dumber, de evolving. TikTok and social media, you must be aware of this. It is designed and created to rot your brain. That is why it's called brain rot. It literally rots your mind. Like, go a week without social media. Go a week. And then, after a week of not touching social media, pick it up again and scroll for about 20 minutes and really pay attention to how your thinking changes after those 20 minutes. Really pay attention to how your mind, how your thought process change after those 20 minutes. Because it'll show just how much too much social media can rot a brain. Whether you're TikTok scroller, Insta, Facebook, or the mixture or whatever else, it's about the same. Snapchat is kind of mid anyway, so like that's more of a messaging app, not a social media. Like I'm not saying don't talk to people, but don't scroll. Just don't scroll for a week. See if you can do it. I bet you can't. Or can you? But there's so many things going wrong in the world. Why aren't we helping each other? Why are we not helping each other? Learn, grow, and be one with each other. Like, all this fighting, all this chaos. People ask and say it all the time, why is the world like it is? Why is the world in such a horrible state? Because nobody does anything to help it. Everybody else like, oh that's bad, that's bad. Somebody else's job. And they'll go on with their life. And it's like starting a small fire, right? You start a small fire, and you're like, oh, that's only small. I'll walk away, I'll just leave it. It'll go out on its own. And then within hours or days, you actually surprised, like, oh, why is the big fire? Why is the wildfire? Why is the massive fire? Why is everything on fire? Because you neglected to change the one thing that could have prevented that, because you just thought it was nothing. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong to miss things. I miss things. It happens. We are still human, after all. We have flaws. Because no one's perfect. And if you say you're perfect, you're lying. There's your first flaw. You're a liar. To yourself and to others. It's like... humans have evolved to be social creatures. I don't even care if you're religious. God gave the energy and power for evolution to begin. Look at it that way. And we evolved to be social. We evolved to help each other, to make up for each other's weaknesses, and make each other's strengths shine. And this, do you know what the saddest thing is about all of this? What everything that's going on in the world? People just can't be bothered. That's why it still exists. That's why things are still going on. It's because the people on top, who everybody looks up to, are greedy. They only want chaos to fill the pockets. And everybody else is too born idle, or too self-centered, or too up themselves to offer the little assistance that could change the world. Imagine walking past a homeless child on the streets, and the child only asks for food, and you just ignore him. And that child starves of starvation. I'm not getting on at you for letting the start. You wouldn't know it to die. You wouldn't know. But what I'm saying is that child could have grown up to be the next Elon Musk, the next Stephen Hawking, someone who can truly benefit humanity, just because they don't care about the money, because it's boring. It's boring being rich. Without a purpose. It is miserable. And if anyone rich is watching this, I'm sure you can agree. Money can buy many things. You can have a laugh with money. You can really enjoy money. But in the end, it's hollow. It's a false god. Because you're going to spend your whole life chasing money. You're going to waste your entire life chasing the, the green god of money. And you're not going to get nothing in return. The money's not even yours. That's the problem with the world. All this money that people say they have, a lot of it, it's not theirs. Most people don't have money. No, we don't have money. We have a piece of paper that says, you own this much. It's not. It's not true. All the money is just a tool for control. Food is free. Water falls from the sky. And yet we spend hundreds, if not thousands a year on water bills. You telling me the one substance that this planet is majority made up of on the surface? Yes, I know it's salty, but we can change that. We have filters, and it doesn't require that much energy to do, and it's cheap to make if you're going to still use money for resources. Because most of the coastlines, you can have wind, solar, and water turbines for the energy. It's free. The sun gives off energy, right? That is science. And if you're religious, God is light, light is energy. It's free. It shines up on down on this world for every creature. But it's wasted. Do you know what it costs to grow fruit and vegetables? Do you know how much it costs to grow vegetables? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They're free. Because they grow from the ground. Humans don't own them, but we consume them. If you bought a packet of mixed variety vegetable seeds, for example, for what, £3, $3, free, whatever, cheap, right? You buy some cheap seeds. That one pack of seeds can last forever. You grow the fruit or vegetable, you eat the fruit or vegetable, and put the seeds back in the soil, and it grows again. It's like magic. It's like an infinite food glitch. It's like an infinite food glitch. You put food in the floor, you wash it, it comes back. It's weird, there, isn't it? I'm sorry, I'm sounding a bit sarcastic and condescending. But you see my point, right? How ridiculous all this chaos in the world is. And it's all well and good as us sitting here and blaming the people on top for not fixing everything. Why are you assuming they're going to fix your problems? Why are you assuming they're going to fix your problems? They're rich. They've got enough problems to concern themselves with. But most people, right, like me, in fact, I'm in minuses right now. I have no money. I owe money again. I don't care. It doesn't exist. Like, can you? I'm sorry. It it baffles me. This world, honestly. Nothing's going to change unless we change ourselves. Don't expect somebody else to do it for you. Don't expect some mystical being to come out of the sky and change it all for you. Don't count on the UFOs coming down to save us. They'd avoid if aliens are real. They'd avoid this planet like the plague. It is. We blow each other out of existence for nothing. You've got resources I want. But do you know what else? Do you know what happen if you dig under your own country, under your own feet? You'd find the same resources. It's stupid. It is utterly stupid. I'm really not trying to laugh at these serious issues, but I either laugh or I'm going to crack up. Because, do you know what I heard the other day? Everybody is intelligent and everybody has their own gifts. But everybody's just too nervous and too worried about what other people think to be themselves, hiding their talents from the world, or is anything as smile? It's whatever. I know that kind of stuck with me. It's time to wake up, people. All these problems have a very simple solution. One step. Instead of looking at the world as one problem, big problem, look at the smaller problems first. Work on the smaller ones, and that will create a foundation for the bigger problems. Because you can't make iron machinery without making iron tools. You can't make iron tools without first using stone tools. And you can't use stone tools without using bits and pieces that are lying on floor, sticks and stones and vines. There's a process to everything. Start small, work your way up. We could tackle the big problems straight away, sure, but not everybody's on the board. Not everybody's on the same page. And yes, the people on the top don't want to help us, and they're trying to stop us, but they're not. Like, we outnumber them a million to one. I can do this all day. I tell you what, I'll give you all a challenge and tell in the comments. Put one problem in the world, right? Everybody do this. Put a problem in the world. You only have to be a few words, only a sentence if you have one. Put a problem in the world. Anything. Anything that can be a problem. And I will give you, and I'll compile them in a near future video, depending on how quick these comments come in. I'll make another video, and I'll put all these comments in, and I will give each and every problem a solution. Not every solution I come up with is going to be perfect, but it's a solution to start, right? And if it's wrong, you can figure that out, right? I'm just trying to get people going off their ass and get up and start making a difference, because nothing's going to change while you start watching Netflix. Nothing's going to change about you while you're still stuffing your face. All those people starving everywhere in the world, and all them people that just stuff their faces, that eat more. They eat way more than they ever need in a lifetime. I bet some people I've seen, I bet if they stopped eating, they could go 40 years without eating again. Easily. And don't be proud of that, you glutton. Have a bit of self-respect. The only way to really lose weight, in fact, do you know what fat is? I'll tell you what fat is in the body. Fat is unburned energy. Every time you eat, you reset that energy barrier. And when you don't burn it off, the body stores it as a natural reflex because food used to be scarce. People used to be starving all the time. Right? Hunter-gatherers, it's hard to come by food. There's a saying that fits this quite well, I think. There was an ancient Roman philosopher or artist who became quite well known in the royal family, right? Back in those days. And he said, all you need to control people is bread and circus. Because if you give people food and entertainment, they're not going to question anything. And how true is that today? Nobody's questioning anything. Don't get me wrong, some people are questioning, some people are doing things. But it's not enough. Everybody should be doing it. There shouldn't be organisations of charities. Everybody should be doing that shit anyway. It should be the baseline of humans. And you want some honesty? Do you want me to tell you some real honesty? This is what honesty means. I can't stand people. I can't stand humans at all. I think humans are slow, backward creatures. But here I am, day after day, year after year, still trying to make a difference for you people by doing my part, by sharing these videos, working in real life, talking to people, bringing them from out of dark spirals and saving lives, literally saving lives, right? I don't normally brag about this because it's not something to brag about. It is just right. It just is. I'm not saying this for recognition. I'm saying this because this is what it happened. This is what happens, right? And I've done these things. I'm 22 now, so I've done these things for basically like 15 years, right? And barely ever have I received any credit for any of it. Because a good deed doesn't need credit. Good deeds doesn't need recognition. Helping your fellow man does not need reward. It is reward in itself, right? And if you don't see it that way, you're a selfish, arrogant piece of work. And I strongly suggest you look in a mirror. Find the closest way you can reflect yourself. Open your phone camera and stare into your own eyes. And have a good long think. So that's what honesty is. That's what a sample of true, authentic honesty is. I've made videos about being honourable and respectful and honest and authentic. They're all on my channel. Go find them. But this is what it means to be a... I don't even care. I'm not arrogant. Because I've gone 15 years without any credit for any of this shit. I've gone 15 years constantly helping everybody else with nothing. Nobody ever helps me, right? And I know that's the case. And I'm fine with that being the case. Because I'm not selfish. I'm not selfish. I help others because it's the right thing to do. And I can't stand humans or humanity at all. There's a few decent people on this planet, and there's a few from history that I don't mind. But from everyone I see on, like, all the celebrities and politics, and it is just sickening. And you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm gonna keep helping people, whether I'm pissed, in a bad mood, whether, even if I'm crawling on my deathbed, I'd still try and help people. And maybe that's just who I am. And that's who I am. And I'm fine with that. I am happy to be me. Because helping one person in a lifetime is a blessing. If you go out of your way to help people and make it a daily occurrence, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to put this into a serious issues video. But I'm sorely disappointed in humans. My fellow men. Like I said, there's a few exceptions, very few exceptions, but I'm very disappointed to be human. I'm very disappointed to call myself among some of you. Some are struggling, and it's hard to help others before you help yourself. But if you start helping others even while you're struggling, and then they start helping you back, and we create a feedback loop of positivity and change, where we all heal, we all get better, we all do what we want, we'll all be free to do what we want. I'm going to see you in the next one. Like I said, this is not intended for everybody. And if you're struggling, please still go check those videos, and just know I'm rooting for everybody to get better, to be happy, to be healthy, and live where no child or creature or being has to worry about suffering ever again. Not having to worry if where the next meal's coming from, whether the illness is going to kill their entire family or whatever. It's time to, you know what I'm trying to say. If you're trying to work on yourself and trying to improve and trying to grow in any way, no matter where you just start on the scale of improving or growing or healing or whatever, as long as you make that conscious decision to start helping yourself become better to help others or like that, you're right, then you are the exception to me in my eyes. People who are willing to work on themselves and face the dark sides of themselves to get better, to be more, to help others. It doesn't matter where you walk from. You could have been a murderous criminal psycho up until this point, right? The wrongs can be rewritten. Well, not rewritten, but you can make amends, right? It's never too late. Because the second you start trying to improve your life, improve yourself, to be better, to be more, then that's it. You've won life. Until everybody can reach that point where they look inwards and stop looking outwards for excuses and support and vices, and start looking inwards and figuring out why you need the vices to begin with, and then start working to address those issues. Because if you live a life of sin and you have no intention of changing, we are not friends. We are not. In fact, if you're someone who's hell-bent on not changing at all, get off my channel. I don't want you on this channel. This channel is a place for people to heal, to grow, to support each other, to better each other. And if you don't want to be a part of that, that's fine. You can live a miserable life under a rock. But don't go take it out on anybody else when you realise how low and miserable your life has become when you did it to yourselves. So for the people who's really trying to make an effort in this world, to help this world, to help themselves get better, to help anyone, a plant, an insect, it doesn't matter. Help this world, you morons. Otherwise, we might as well just give up. Because what would be the point? If everybody decided to say, fuck it, we don't care anymore, let the planet rot, it's not going to take much. Because there's about a few hundred, there's probably only a couple of thousand people that's really trying to genuinely change themselves in this world. Who puts the effort in, who puts the time in, who makes the sacrifices. Not just because not because it's easy, because it's one of the most difficult things to start doing. But once you start doing it, it quickly becomes the easiest thing you're ever going to do, and it's going to quickly become the best thing you're ever going to do. For yourself, for everyone else. Think before you do anything. Think before you speak, think before you act. And we all might just live to see another day. Because otherwise, before long, all these first world countries, they're going to be worse off than thirds. In thirds, there's going to be desolate rocks. There's enough to go around for everybody. The world wouldn't exist if that wasn't the case. Think for yourselves. Don't be sheep. Remember the people I kept. You know who I like. Like, you know, if you know, you know, right? I don't hate everybody, but I hate humanity. Is the best way to say it, I think. Until everybody starts really trying to change, I hold very little respect for humans. And I'm not even saying you have to earn my respect. I don't. It's not a currency. Do what you want. You don't like me, that's fine. You don't have to like everybody. I hate a lot of people, and they hate me too. But do you know what? If I saw one of them dying or really, really struggling, do you know what I'd do? I'd still help them. Not because it's easy, not because I should. Well, yeah, because I should. But it's the right thing to do. I'm not going to get rewarded from it. How would helping an enemy be beneficial for you? You know how to beat an enemy? You're going to really know how to end wars, end battles, and end fighting. Make your enemy your friend.